City Attorney's report.
I have two items to discuss this evening. The first is brought up by Mayor Johnston. It's the fence along North Roosevelt Boulevard next to
Go ahead, Shawn.
All right, the second item I have tonight, of course, is a cruise ship item. I reported again to the commission last meeting. I'm looking for a law firm. There's two that I've discussed, actually, three rejected the city. The firm that I'm talking to at present is a Rady firm out of Tallahassee, R-A-D-E-Y. Attorneys Christopher Looning and Drew Parker, both excellent attorneys, excellent litigators. Most recently, that firm was involved in the Leon County mass case that went up on appeal. I also talked to Mr. Jaquette that the Safer Cleaner Cruise Ships Committee recommended. There's a sizable difference in the expense per hour of the two firms. I will send you information on the R-A-D-E-Y Rady firm and the two individuals. Assuming the commission is good with that, that is the firm I intend to hire to draft an ordinance and defend that ordinance against any challenge that may come.
Okay. All right. Commissioners, questions for the city attorney?
Shawn,
Commissioner Weekly?
Following up on that, if that firm is hired, did they give you any kind of time frame as to how soon they could get an ordinance drafted before us?
Well, again, I have just recently been speaking to them. They have a skeleton outline. They do have the ordinances that were proposed by the Safer Cleaner Ships people, and they have not indicated an ordinance of their own at this point. I do not have a retainer agreement signed with them. I want to make sure this commission is comfortable with them moving forward.
Because we need to, start moving on this as soon as we can anyway. But they didn't give you any, so that
No.
once the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed, did it give you a time frame as to how long anything could be brought up?
No.
Okay.
Any other?
Yeah,
Commissioner Wardlow and then Commissioner Lopez.
What I wanted to talk about is, I know we've all been getting these emails the last few days about personal attacks on our city attorney. And we have talked about that up here numerous times, about personal attacks on our employees and ourselves. And they looked like they were just copied and paste. And it was just a couple meetings ago that Commissioner Weekly had said, I believe it was Commissioner Weekly when we were talking about this, is that this is going to take time to come to an agreement with an attorney or with us, and we're not going to rush into it. And I don't think the people understand what we're trying to do, is that it's going to be done and it's going to be done right, but it's going to take time to do it.
Right.
And in my years of sitting up here and when I was in the fire department, Shawn has never stirred me the wrong way. And so I trust what he says. I believe in him. And I think we got to wait and get his opinion on this and, leave the personal attacks out, and I'm talking about for all of us and for our employees. If you want to attack me, go ahead. But this is my opinion. And, I think it's something that I had to say. Because it gets old after a while when you keep seeing the same email that's just copied and paste, copied and paste. If you're going to write an email, do it yourself. Thank you.
Commissioner Lopez?
Yeah, Madam Mayor, first of all, let me agree with Commissioner Wardlow on that one, on so many different levels. The copying and pasting, and then, of course, the personal attacks against any of us. I totally agree. Least of all, our city attorney or any of our staff. I totally agree that it's inappropriate, and I sitting on this dais will not stand for it.
Commissioner Devla?
All right, thank you. I just want to go back to cruise ships for a second. I agree with Commissioner Weekly, and I spoke with you, and I think we need to move this forward as quickly as we can do that. And I also kind of agree that we do need to take the temperature down. I mean, this isn't national politics where there's, because it just seems like we need to take the temperature down on this. But my question is this Rady firm, are we going to have an opportunity to speak with these people, or how is that going to, what's the process there?
If you would like to speak to either of the attorneys involved, you can. I'll provide you with the phone numbers.
I think I would. I'd like, because I have something I want to float to them.
I guess I would like to address that also because, disrespect has no place anywhere on either side, coming from the city out to our citizens and coming back. But this is undoubtedly the most important issue that has come up in this city in a very, very long time. And people are eager. And I think we got off on the wrong foot during our workshop when you indicated that we would have something on August 3rd, and there was an expectation of something coming forward. So now I think we do need to move forward. It is time sensitive. That doesn't mean that we move forward carelessly. We dot all our I's and cross all of our T's and certainly create a defensible ordinance, but there is a sense of urgency here. The market's changing. I'm sure Pier B would like to know what our position is. So there is a sense of urgency. But, I agree with Commissioner Wardlow and Commissioner Lopez that, that we have to have a level of respect. The whole community is on edge right now because of COVID, because of the referendum, because of, so many issues, and we do have to do exactly what Commissioner Davila says, is bring the temperature down. But on all sides, we all need to have that same level of respect. And Commissioner Kaufman.
I just wanted to say I appreciate all of the commissioners, their thoughts, and our Madam Mayor as well, their thoughts on keeping the temperature down on this. I wasn't at the August 3rd meeting, but I did watch it the following day. And I listened to what our two attorneys who sit on the dais had to say, and basically saying that, this is a process that will take some time. This is something that deserves the attention that we're going to give it, that our city attorney is going to give it. So I appreciate the fact that we've all come out in that respect today because I got the same email, so I know what you're talking about. Thank you very much.
On the cruise ship issue, we are engaging in a complicated process with very complicated areas, multiple areas of law. Our city attorney has interviewed now at least 4 law firms, 3 of which have declined the invitation to even really look at this closely. And I think that we need to hear from this new firm, from them. How long will it take? Let's get the expectation clear from them about what they can deliver. And it makes sense to me that Commissioner Davila and whoever else, and that would be my question from them. And mind you, we still have to have an engagement letter. We still have to formally retain them. We have to know what their terms are. We have to see if they're acceptable to us. I mean, this is all that process. The urgency is clear. We need to get this done, but this firm is going to accept the responsibility to defend this ordinance. And that's important to us. So let's take this in the most prudent way. Let's follow up with this law firm, and we'll find out the timeframes from them. And they know that we're serious and that we need this to be expedited, but we have to go within their timeframes. And I also ditto to everyone else about the temperature needing to be reduced.